All right, guys, no time to waste. Let's just hop right into it right off the bat. We're going to be discussing how you can conquer the female gaze as a brown guy so you can get great results, just like how I get right here back in the day when I was on dating apps. Here's a screenshot back when I was using Hinge. And I really just want to hammer in what you need to do to enhance your online presentation to take your image on dating apps, Instagram, take it to the next level. And when it comes to sparking attraction from women, so many people don't understand it's really all about the female gaze. And once you master the female gaze, guys, the dating game becomes so simple. Let's get started, right? What exactly is the female gaze? And I know I've done so many videos on this in the past, but a lot of clients, a lot of you guys in general, just don't seem to understand what truly encompasses the female gaze. So I really want to break this down all the way with a really in depth look. So, the female gaze is the physical qualities, traits that will make a woman crave you as a man through the three pillars: style, physique, environment. At all times, you want to be thinking on style, physique, environment. Your photos, when it comes to your online image on these dating apps, on Instagram, they need to be really hitting the mark on these three pillars: style, physique, environment. Female gaze, again, physical qualities, traits that will make a woman crave you. Male gaze, on the other hand, is basically just the things that men tend to find interesting. So, more so the male interests, things that appeal more to men. So, let's hop more in depth into this. The first example that I'm going to give you is what makes up a really good physique photo in terms of the female gaze, right? So, as you can see right here, I posted several examples of really good physique shots that you should have on your profiles, your online dating profile, that really brings about the female gaze. So, attractive female gaze physique shots. Again, they should be not too try hard, no mirror selfies. You want to really showcase the physique, the lean muscular physique. And the reason I'm starting with physique and the female gaze is the quickest way to really enhance your sex appeal, get that attraction from women, spark that attraction is your physique. Your physique is going to be the foundation, right? Fashion, style, grooming, of course, all of that's important. However, if you don't have a good foundation, you don't have a good base, your physique isn't the best, none of that is going to matter. And that's why I say it's so important you're in good shape, at least 15% body fat or less. Because if you don't have a good physique, I'm sorry, but it's going to be exponentially harder to get that female gaze. So I just want to get that out of the way. No excuse to not be in shape. Everybody can build a more aesthetic body. Now, what exactly makes these photos really good female gaze physique photos, right? They're very natural. I'm not trying too hard. I'm not posing weird in front of a mirror, right? So look at the environment as well. Remember, I said environment is one of the three pillars. Natural environment, appropriate environment for me to be shirtless, right? I'm not in a gym locker room, posing, looking super cringe. Girls are going to detect that. They're going to detect if you're being too try hard. This photo of me, I'm by a pool, walking, very natural, right? This photo right here, I'm on a rooftop pool. Great environment, great location, staring off into the distance, not doing any crazy posing, not, doing a selfie, not no mirror selfie. These are two great examples of female gaze physique photos. In this example right here, this is a picture of Hamza, but it's like the same exact thing, right? Staring off into the distance, not too try hard, showcasing a great physique, dope environment, dope background. Looks like he's on like a boat, right? Back here. Here's a picture of Iman Gadzi. I know he's not brown, but the overall same principle applies, right? When it comes to physique shots. Not too posed, good physique, lean, muscular, Dope background, boat in the back, very natural, not posed, not too try hard, aesthetic, sex appeal, right across the board. These are all examples of great physique photos when it comes to really bringing about the female gaze. These are the types of photos you should be going for. If you're not in shape, it's going to be just substantially harder, right? I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Get into shape, and when building your online image, your dating profile, have at least one or two shots. One is fine, two is a little bit too much, but have at least one shot of you with your lean muscular physique, solid physique, toned, in a more natural environment like the ones that I displayed here and the examples I gave here. So going on to the next slide, right? We talked about female gaze physique photos. I want to talk about male gaze physique photos, right? What you should not do, what you should avoid. These are the types of photos you should avoid. Mirror selfies, gym mirror selfies, locker room selfies. I know I mentioned a lot about posing, which is also very, in this example, right? Doing the posed mirror selfie, it's very cringe. It looks very try hard, right? In addition, guys, look at the environment. No girl is going to be turned on by a guy, no matter how shredded he is, but turned on by a guy doing a bathroom mirror selfie, let alone in a gym locker room with poopy toilets around him, right? It's disgusting. This dude has toilets around him, right? In addition to a cringy, mirror selfie. This dude right here, right? Not a natural environment, superposed, has a poopy toilet behind him, right? Stall behind him. No girl's going to be turned off of you taking photos in the bathroom, guys, right? So when you do these physique shots, again, remember more natural environments like the ones that I have right here in this example. These, again, are more male gaze shots because, one, they really give the more bro science look, right? But for women, you want to think more natural, more romantic type vibes, showcasing that sex appeal. Again, you're not really showcasing much sex appeal in these environments, let alone being super cringe, try hard, selfie. Things like a backwards hat, right? Even the fashion is off. So again, hopefully this brought more clarity into physique shots in terms of male gaze versus female gaze. So as I mentioned earlier, style is one of the most important pillars when it comes to female gaze. Your style has to be on point. Your presentation online in terms of your style in most of your photos has to be on point. You want to have stylish photos on your dating app profiles, well-groomed photos, showcasing that sex appeal. So I want to talk about what is good style in terms of the female gaze. What types of styles will women find attractive on you as a man? So you want to think more so the casual sex appeal type of styles, right? So here's a great example of my buddy Lewin. Although this is a button-up shirt, notice how he's showcasing cleavage, how he's unbuttoned the first top couple of buttons right here, right? Great style. Here's a picture of Alex Costa, really good fashion guy. He's actually one of the guys that has had a huge influence on me in terms of fashion. But again, sex appeal, right? Unbuttoned, super casual. You got the scoop neck white beater right here, right? Great colors. Again, right here, same type of design. Picture of me, scoop neck, showcasing sex appeal, right? Neutral colors. None of us have super rainbowish, bright, annoying colors, right? You want to think neutral colors when you're doing your shots and just dressing up overall in general. Grays, whites, creams, right? Light browns. None of this, orange, purple, red, like none of those types of colors that really stand out. None of those rainbowish colors that are super bright. Neutral colors, guys. Just shows that bad boy, badass aesthetic in terms of your fashion that women will crave. Now, when it comes to, that casual sex appeal, here's a really good example, right? Most guys, they'll wear the dorky polos that like are buttoned at the top, right? For me, I'm wearing a quarter zip polo. It's a little bit more, I guess, badass bad boy, right? I can unzip this, to give me a little bit more sex appeal at the top. But the point is, it's a little bit different from what the common average dorky guy wears. He'll wear like a button up. So little things like that, right? Really thinking outside the box in terms of your style, right? Really go a long way. And the quarter zip example is really good. Again, most guys will wear a traditional button up polo. I got something a little bit outside the box with the quarter zip polo. So now the next slide, I'm going to talk a little bit about what you should not go for, right? As a brown guy, a lot of brown guys, again, they're obsessed with like logos, right? Ralph Polo Lauren, Gucci, just weird logos. You want to add more mysteriousness to you. Build up your online presentation. Build up your personal branding when it comes to dating, right? Dish the logos entirely, right? Another thing, again, bright colors. Don't do this, guys, You should not have all these weird, colorful outfits. Keep it to 2, maybe 3 at most neutral colors. Ideally, stick to 2 neutral colors throughout the entirety of your wardrobe. Again, it goes back to the thing where I'm saying think a little bit outside the box. Most guys are wearing the classic button-up polo. You don't want to do this, right? That's why I always say opt for a quarter zip polo. Makes you really stand out as opposed to most guys wearing the button-up polo. Again, this guy right here, he's wearing the dorky suit and tie, and this is a great example, right? Most guys at a wedding are going to wear the classic suit and tie. Think a little bit outside the box. Instead of rocking a suit and tie, what I would have done is dish the tie, dish the suit, wear a fitted blazer, unbutton the top buttons, showcase that sex appeal, right? Again, go for more sex appeal, more casual sex appeal. Don't go for what most guys are doing with the traditional button-up collars, normal shirt and tie, right? Again, these are not what you should be going for. Don't go for logos, bright colors. Go for casual sex appeal in your photos. Casual sex appeal, neutral colors, logoless. Don't do traditional, brown kind of photos like this, right? Most brown guys wearing, thinking suit and tie, LinkedIn portrait shots are going to get them the sex appeal. Wearing, traditional polo, colorful polos, right? Again, opt for more casual sex appeal, showcasing some skin, some cleavage, neutral colors, logoless. Real quick, speaking of your presentation, the female gaze, getting more attraction from women. If you need help from this, you really want to level up your dating life, top link in the description is my South Asian Warrior School community. If you're a single South Asian guy struggling with your dating life, check out my school community. Join the South Asian Warrior School community. This is where I can help you level up your dating life. A ton of video modules in there on dating apps, cold approach, online presentation, really the ultimate package to helping you level up your dating life as a South Asian guy so you can hopefully get matches like this on dating apps or just improve your social skills overall when it comes to cold approach, improve your presentation overall to gain that attraction from women. So again, if you're a single South Asian guy, you're struggling with your dating life, you want me to help you, click that first link in the description to check out the South Asian Warrior School. So far we talked a lot about style. We talked a lot about physique, the photos you should be going for. The next thing that I really want to hammer down to you is that last pillar of environment-based photos, the environment. Guys, the environment really makes a huge impact when it comes to improving your dating life, especially when it is the online presentation stuff, right? Like I said right here, it helps the girl envision what a date would look like with you. You can enhance your environment, right? Take photos at nice venues, romantic venues, by the waterside, at a nice restaurant, at a bar. It'll really make her gaze. It'll really make her envision what a date would be like with you, right? And a quick hack you can use on dating apps is to use these, environment-based photos at like a coffee shop, a nice bar, a restaurant, you sitting with the table, you sitting at a table with a drink nearby, a drink in the vicinity, a drink in your hand, or even food on the table, but with like a nice outfit with a dope location in one of those restaurant, coffee shop, bar environments. Using this as a first photo, I'm telling you, huge, huge hack. Huge hack. And again, it's all because of the female gaze. This type of photo, the nice, coffee shop, restaurant, bar photo, close up shot, right? It helps the girl envision what a date would look like with you. So here's some great examples of exactly what I'm talking about. Great style, great location, nice restaurant. Look at the environment. Dope lake in the background really sets the romantic tone right here. Really great dating app photo shot of me. Again, this right here, another great example. Drink in my hand, dope background at a bar, good style, helps the girl envision what a date would look like with me, right? Here's an example again of Iman, right? Good style. He's sitting at a table, right? Has something interesting in his hand. Will get the girl kind of thinking, what exactly is that in his hand? And cool environment in the back, right? Dope background. These are all examples of environment-based female gaze photos that really, really do the trick in terms of getting you those matches, in terms of really leveling up your dating life. Because again, it just helps the girl envision what a date would look like with you. Now, when it comes to the environment, one thing I really want to mention is a huge problem that a lot of guys do, and that's incorporating these assets depending on the environment that they take their photos in. So the next slide, I'm going to give you an example of how certain types of assets in the environment that you're in can really ruin the female gaze and bring about the male gaze. Next slide, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? So you got right here 3 male gaze based photos, what you should not be going for, right? Look at these environments. Again, dude right here has a bunch of sports cars. He's in a sports car. Dude right here has like a private jet in the background. Dude right here has a cigar. He's smoking a cigar. Plane in the background, flexing with like a plane in the background with the cigar, trying to show like a little bit of like a kind of money status thing. Listen, guys, yeah, if you want to appeal to gold diggers, by all means, go for these types of photos. But these don't really showcase female gaze, These interests, right? Race cars, cigars. Girls aren't going to be turned on by smoking a cigar, right? Cigar lounges, girls don't care about that stuff, right? You and your fancy sports car, the popular belief is if you have a nice car, women are going to flock to you. But at the end of the day, sports cars, those are all male interests, right? These types of photos that unfortunately a lot of these dating app, coaches, these dating photographers take of men, they're appealing more towards male gaze, right? Women aren't going to be turned on if you got, a fancy sports car or you're at a cigar lounge, right? So opt for more of that romantic vibe. Don't do the cigars, the planes, the sports cars. Go for more of that romantic vibe. And again, I used this photo earlier, but it's the same concept, right? Romantic vibe, by the lake, a boat in the background, but it doesn't look like I'm showing off. You know what I mean? Romantic location really brings about the female gaze, right? Whereas these guys, it looks like they're more so showing off, right? Acting like they're all cool with a fancy sports car. They're all cool trying to flex, showcase as if this is their private jet or airplane. You flexing with all these assets, this appeals more towards male gaze, not female gaze. Again, think more romantic, right? Opt for a fun but not crazy flex environment, such as this. Cool lake in the background, right? I'm not flexing necessarily with any assets. So I really hope this helped you so far. Envision what is the female gaze versus male gaze, right? Female gaze, more romantic vibes, dope locations of her kind of envisioning, what the date would be like with you. And of course, always make sure your style, grooming, physique is on point. Another thing I want to talk about is hobbies, right? Because hobbies also can make up a good portion of female gaze versus male gaze. And it's interesting because you can have, a male gaze hobby that can also somewhat appeal to female gaze, but there are certain female gaze hobbies that really hit the mark. Let's break down some popular female gaze hobbies, right? This is a photo again of my boy Lewin hiking, right? Hiking's a popular one. Again, dope background, shows that adventurous side of him. This is big, right? Cooking photos. If you have a small video, I know Hinge lets you do video prompts now. If you have maybe even like a small video of you cooking, or even a photo of you just like naturally cooking something, this is big, right? Women love cooking. This appeals to women. Surfing. A lot of women love these water sports, right? Jet skiing, surfing. These hobbies really gravitate more towards women's interests, right? This is exactly types of photos you should have on your dating app profiles in terms of hobbies bringing about the female gaze. Now, let's move on more towards the male gaze type of hobbies. Now, this first photo, I'm not going to lie, this is a photo of me ATVing with my buddy in the background. I actually used this as my very last photo back when I was on the dating apps, right? I would actually use this as my last photo. Although this is more of a male gaze type of photo, because let's face it, I mean, as cool as ATVs are, and I've seen women ride ATVs, overall, the ATVs are going to appeal more to men. But I still use this because majority of my photos before this one back in the day were all female gaze. Having like one of this, kind of neutral hobby wasn't really a deal breaker for me. But I use this because of the little bit of social proof, my buddies in the back, right? But really, you want to avoid some of these real like male gaze hobbies on your profiles, right? So fishing, men having like doing fishing, having a fish, in their hand, that's male gaze all the way. Basketball, again, no woman is going to be turned on by you shooting a basketball at a hoop. Rock climbing, fishing, basketball, those are all men related interests, right? Female, you want to go for, and I'm not saying these aren't male related interests, of course they are, but you want to go for the more gender neutral based interests when it comes to your hobbies, right? So again, great female gaze shots right here. Surfing, hiking, cooking, as opposed to the more male gaze type of shots right here. So fishing, basketball, sports, etc. So this is a really quick slide on hobbies, kind of an extra slide. I thought I'd throw it in to kind of tie up the point between what constitutes female gaze versus male gaze. So overall, guys, just to sum it up, key things to remember about the female gaze. And I know I gave the examples of some Disney characters. Now, yes, outside of physical appearance and traits, when it comes to the internal traits, yeah, obviously Disney movies are cheesy, all right? So don't infer things. I'm just giving a basic example here from the physical standpoint. Obviously, Disney movies are blue pill, just weird stuff. The overall internal theme of them, your life is never going to be a Disney movie. Let's be real here. The overall thing I want to bring about with this slide, though, is more the physical example of it, right? Think sexy prince vibes, not the aggressive hypermasculine vibes. Think Aladdin versus Hercules, right? Hercules is more of that bro science, bro moments, mirror selfies, flexing in the mirror. Whereas Aladdin is that lean prince, right? That kind of bad boy aesthetic in a sense too. But the theme is think sexy prince vibes, not, bro silence, hyper masculine Hercules type of vibes when it comes to the female gaze. So summing this up, right? Sexy prince vibes, lean muscular physique, not big bulky bro science like Hercules. Outfits showcasing that sex appeal. Think scoop necks. Think, quarter zip polos, neutral colors. Don't be, thinking suit and tie, LinkedIn dorky profile pictures, right? Showcase that sex appeal, that casual sex appeal. When it comes to facial hair, something that I didn't cover a lot in this video, but just to sum it up, if you're rocking facial hair, think light stubble, trimmed beard, not big, thick lumberjack, right? As I said earlier, quarter zip polos, not dorky little button down t-shirt type of polos, right? Unbuttoned tops with blazers, not dorky suit and tie. So overall, this is another extra slide to sum up the female gaze. I hope this presentation really made you understand exactly what you should be going for when it comes to the female gaze, the qualities that women are looking for in men that really spark that attraction from their point of view. Again, always think sexy, Prince vibes. Don't be going for lumberjack, big and bulky. Go for lean, muscular, aesthetic, sex appeal. Not too try hard, not too bro sciencey, more natural based photos like the ones that I've discussed in this video. Dope fashion, dope environments, really getting the girl envisioning what it's like to go on a date with you, right? And then really just, no dorky photos, casual sex appeal, right? No try hard bro mirror selfies like this. No girl is going to be turned on with your bro science pics at the gym, let alone bro science pics of you flexing in a gym locker room with a poopy toilet in the back. That doesn't turn a girl on, bro. Use your common sense. Natural physique shots, right? In dope locations, dope environments, showcasing the style, sex appeal, so on and so forth. So with all that being said, I hope this video helped you really understand the female gaze. And again, if you're struggling with your dating life, top link in the description is my South Asian Warriors school community, helping single South Asian men level up their dating life. So if you're struggling, again, click that first link in the description to join the school community where I can help you level up your dating life as a single South Asian man. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helped. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.